Hello, everybody. You are in SoMATic Mat, a fitnessy, SoMATic-y class. What are somatics? Somatics is like your awareness of being in your body, like in a participatory manner, that we are a dynamic living process. So it's sort of not the objectification of the body, which fitness often does, but it's really the landing in and feeling into and going, oh, this is me, and participating with that from a place of awareness. I'm going to mute everybody. So just so you know, if you want to speak, of course, you're totally welcome to unmute. And we're going to start breathing, standing up. And just inhale, fill up, expand. Reach out into the space around you. Feel what it feels like to be in your body. Maybe a real actual stretch. And as you exhale, let go of some sound as well. So as you inhale, fill up, expand, get bigger. And then exhale. I'm into this like release and shake it out, just letting some of whatever's been stuck in there relax, melt, shake out. Inhale. And exhale. Shake and let it go. 2 more. Inhale. Fill up, get big, expansive, take up space. Exhale, shake it out, have a tantrum, let go of some of your bratty energy. Like anything that's been too contained, which as most humans, and certainly anyone who grew up in the educational system, has probably learned how not to do anything. So now we want to just free that up again. Inhale, lift up and open, and exhale. Yeah, training people to sit still for hours and hours on end, especially kids, is like, of course we have ADHD, all the things. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Let's spiral. I see Susan is spiraling. Let's go with that. Twisting, looking around. And again, with this twist, imagine that you're just shaking off anything. Like, you know, when a dog comes out of the water, shakes everything out. Let this kind of release any kind of stuckness in your body. Anything that needs to move out. And it doesn't need to move out super quickly. You can take your time with that. Oh, I think I'm gonna turn another light on. It's another overcast day. It's finally gotten cold up here, and we're just gonna shake around the space around our bodies. So you're gonna shake your arms, maybe shake your body too. Just waking up your kinesphere. Yeah, and if it's uncomfortable, make it smaller, make it gentler. So yeah, we're inviting the lymphatic system to come online. We're going to do the lymph flush, but just getting a little movement, some deep diaphragmatic breathing, a little bouncing, and then coming in. Yeah, nice. We'll do the twist, right? Oh yeah. All that stuff, dancing, going dancing. People used to do that, you know, before there was a pandemic. So I do want to let you know that I am doing my SoMATic dance class on Fridays at 4 p.m., which is just a party. So come to that sometime if you want to. So we're going to start with our right hand on our left above our collarbone, getting into this area here. Relax your neck, jaw, and tongue. Moving the tissue so that we can get into that lymph node. Yeah, so this is a big plexus. Aha. And we'll change it to the other side, the same thing. Hey, kitty. Yeah, I think we're taking steps towards getting another kitty. There's a Cast Aside to Survive. There's a little organization up here that does they do like catch and release, spay and neutering and stuff like that, and they also foster a lot of kitties, and she's awesome. She's doing a ton of amazing work with the cats. It's her and I think another person. So I am going to try and get one of her cats. Let's go up here, just behind the angle of the jaw. Getting in there. So we're creating space in this pressure system so that the lymph can move through us. Relax your neck, jaw, and tongue. Relax your face. Droopy face. Droopy the dog. If you haven't seen that cartoon, look at Droopy the dog. And then you're going to come down to armpit pec. Get in there, breathing into it. So yeah, the doctor, Perry Nickelston, the one who I learned all this lymph flush stuff from, he says, no system ever gets injured alone and no system ever heals alone. So, we think sometimes people think that there's like these separation between the systems in our body. It's all one whole system working together. And it's true, like if there's like, a problem in one area, there's probably going to be a problem somewhere else. So other sides, getting in there, armpit pec, upper corner of your boob, upper quadrant. My boobs are not that high anymore. I don't think they ever were, but I'm really in the upper top part of that. And let that go, shake it out for a second. Just let your arms release, let your head and neck release. And let's do this just panning, taking in your environment, turning and looking around, grounding yourself in wonder. So that's one way to stay youthful, is to just keep checking things out, looking around, seeing what's there, be curious, right? To stay alive. When I say youthful, I don't mean, oh, I want to look like I'm 16. I want to feel like I'm 16. I want to, right? I want to have that energy and that curiosity. Actually, for me, it's probably more like 5 years old, but coming into this place in the right there, middle, below your xiphoid process, above your belly button. Mine's kind of like, here's my waist, my actual real waist is there. It's just above my waistline. And I remember teaching one time, it was I think like college age kids. And I was like, yeah, so it's going to be somewhere around your waist. And one of the kids was, what's that? Where's my waist? So just so we can be clear on that, it's the place that goes in the most. And for some people, there's not a whole lot of in there. So let's take it as sort of the middle of your torso. Getting into that. So this is one lymph node that's back pretty far in here. If we move from the front and the back together, there's maybe more of a chance of getting in there. Then the next place, into above the inguinal fold. Yeah. You can kind of move down and up. As you're in there, think of breathing down into your belly. So deep breath. We're not trying to breathe up here. We're trying to breathe down so that the diaphragm really has space to descend. And we're not, when our breath is more up here, we're going to be more aroused in like nervousness. So we can take it down, we can ground. Deeper breathing is going to be more healthful. And then behind your knees. So that twist, and I see that you keep going back to it, Susan, just to give you some reference with that twist, you could do that twist for 5 minutes. Like if we were doing some like Qigong practice, we could be in there for a while. So I see that your body wants to do that. So feel free to keep, coming back to that whenever you need to. Listening in. Okay, shake it all out. Huff and puff. So there's a breath in Continuum called the Hu breath. And it's like, it's kind of like being a monkey. So let's just invite that in for a second, because that's going to really bounce around the lymph as well. And it feels fun and funny. So let yourself like really take on that monkey quality. Bouncing, freedom, play. Not that monkeys just bounce, because they actually, I don't know, I got to watch more monkeys, but they swing. But just bringing that aliveness into your body. Freeing up your face. Yeah, nice. And from there, let's come to the floor and sit cross-legged. I think I'm going to put the tree away within the next couple days. And let's take our hands on our knees. Actually, let's just do a spiral before we do anything else. Just spiraling across one butt cheek, and the other. Go ahead and stay up there and bounce around more if you need to, Marie Christine. Feel free to, yeah, take, sometimes you need something. So I'm just massaging across my glutes as I roll from side to side, one butt cheek and then the other. I'm getting this spiral in my lower body. Slowing down my breath. Coming in deeper toward the floor. Let's take it all the way down. So just onto your back, feet wide, and again, spiraling easy and loose. Letting the legs fall from one side to the other. Normally we do this with our feet closer together and just knee drop. You can open and close, but let's go with the wider feet right now. Feeling into that spiral, letting the tissue in your body have this really three-dimensional movement. I mean, technically all movement is three-dimensional, but we're activating more of the three dimensions, meaning activating more of the vertical, the up, down, the horizontal, the side, side, and the sagittal, the forward, backward. And when we get those three planes really moving, spiraling, our tissue is going to be a lot happier. And then let's take it in, feet on the floor, hands down by your sides. Inhale your arms up over your head. Exhale, press up, pelvis lifts. And then inhale. Let's keep changing the hands so that as they're moving through space, they may be spiraling in different directions. Actually, I'm just going to keep moving up and down and letting my arms go however they want to go. Just finding the breath. Pelvis is moving up and down. If it's too much to think about, I don't know, it feels kind of good. My pelvis is moving double time in comparison to my arms. And I'm letting my hands rotate in and out, kind of in a sort of free flow manner, whatever feels good with them. Feeling that tissue of the lungs, the heart, the organs, the back body and the front body, just shifting the relationships. Being a little more creative about this version of a pretty form-based exercise. Yeah, so for me, because I had that, I still have a little bit of that residual nerve pain going on in my upper back and neck. So all of this stuff is shifting that tissue. It's so much better than it has been. So I'm almost there, but we gotta move it a little bit. Let's roll from side to side. You can take your feet up off the floor, massaging through your back, rolling from one side to the other. Let your shoulders go and feel free to make noise with this. Like anytime we let out a big sigh, we're going to tell our body it's okay, we can let go, right? And our vagus nerve is going to come online a little bit more. So sound stimulates the vagus nerve like that, not screaming sound, but like gentle sound. Humming is a great way to stimulate the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve is a rest and digest, soothe and settle nerve. It is the longest nerve in our body, traveling down. 10th cranial nerve travels down. It deals with our heart, digestion, even orgasm. So it's got all sorts of activities involved. Going from side to side, you can open through, unfolding and folding. Expansive hugeness, and then coming into maybe a more recuperative place with the sort of fetal position. Oh, it feels so good. Inhale, open, exhale, letting the neck, shoulders, and back soften and melt. And then let's come back onto our backs, and we're going to do some hand and foot movement. And we're going to add another continuum breath. It's the Theta Breath. So it's a hiss, a very soft, gentle hiss. You could think of steam gently releasing out of the steam radiator. Some people probably don't even know what that is, but if you live in an old house, that's what you got. So giving your hands and feet some exploration, and also feeling this peripheral edge of your body. the hands, the feet, the distal edge out to the edges. Hands and feet, what are they for as we lay here on our back? Who knows? If we just give our imagination some free rein to run with the possibilities of what can these things do? What kind of sensations are in there? Whew. And then shake, 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 let it go. And let's get more exercisey. So, oh yeah, I'm on my, one of these days, I'll go back into the movement room, which doesn't make quite so much noise when I roll around on the floor. And I know that these headphones, earplugs, really pick up all the squeaks of my floor. I haven't found a sweet spot where that is not happening. Aren't we lucky? How's it sound? So we're going to do big circles with the legs, opening out and taking it down. If it feels good, you can let your butt peel off the floor, coming up a little higher. If you're peeling your butt, you can take your head back down to the ground. So you can also make this small and easy. Bigger, more expansive, or smaller and gentler. Last one. And relax. Drop your head down. Look around. Ground yourself in wonder. Big breath. And so for that, even for the wonder, we can take the breath up high into the upper chest and lungs. Like, what is this amazing place that I'm in? Oh my God, it's the earth, it's the planet, or it's my apartment, or whatever it is. And if it doesn't feel amazing right now, just imagine that the Queer Eye guys had come to your house and made it amazing. I started watching that again. There's a new season, and I have to say, I love them. They're awesome. They make people's life better. It's really good pandemic viewing. Like if you don't want to feel bad, but maybe you're going to have some emotional moments because there's a lot of emotional stuff when people see their dads who they're estranged from and whatnot. But it's great pandemic viewing because it's not horror. It's not horrible. Hands behind your head, elbow to knee, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And relax. Drop it down. Turn your head from side to side. Susan just had her apartment redecorated. Or did you have a decorator, Susan, or did you just do it yourself? Oh, I muted you, so you can't. Yes, I speak of the language. You're there in the decorated apartment. All right, but you didn't have a person. All right. We'll talk more when you're not muted. Hands behind your head. One more set of these. Going 1, 2. You can feel free to unmute and tell us. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And relax down. Turn your head from side to side. Breathe into it. Take some big deep breaths down into your belly. And let's do just a little small wave of movement. So like a heel rock, but letting your torso free up, almost like you are a butterfly. No, butterflies don't move like that. You're rippling and waving, but imagining almost like you have wings that are waving. And you sort of have wings. You can't really fly with them, but you do have arms. The wings of the heart. So letting your torso really free up, sending a ripple of movement up and down like a wave. Breathing into it, and then relax that and shake it out. And let's just stretch. in your body's vertical. So you're laying down actually in the horizontal of the actual planes. But if we were talking Laban, we'd say in the vertical plane, stretching one side. So just to confuse you with that, stretch one side longer and then stretch the other. So reaching out, arm and leg, finding that whole fascial train from your toes to your fingertips and release it. Going back and forth, lengthening one side, lengthening the other, and then coming back in. And let's go with, I think we already twisted, but I feel like I want to do it again. So arms out side, legs up off the floor. Maybe we didn't. Spiraling from side to side. If it feels good, you can extend the legs. Feel the T shape of your arms with your torso and the L shape of your torso with your legs. Breathing, expansive arms, head going either with your legs or away from your legs or staring at the ceiling. So working with what feels good to you. Or trying it all out and seeing, what do I like today? Testing it all out. And then come in, lower your feet to the floor, pick up your butt, shake, 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 jiggly and loose. And we're gonna do that up and to the side. So you can go as far as you want with this. Like it might feel good just to go up and shift a little bit. So if I go up and shift a little bit to the side, I get a massage through my upper trapezius, my upper traps. If I take it a little further, I'm going to draw one arm under and just stretch a bit more. So I'm coming, one arm comes under and I reach and I'm getting an arch and a stretch and then coming back down. I can either stay up to roll across my shoulders or come down. Experimenting with what feels good in your body today. Yeah, because of that nerve pain that I was having, this did not feel good for a while. And I can still feel the nerve pain, but it's not too bad. Breathing into it. And then release and come back down. Let's take the feet just a little bit wider than your sticky mat. Lift your pelvis up. Interlace your hands behind your butt if you can, walking your shoulders closer together. And then you're going to lift up onto your tippy toes and then lower the heels. Pelvis stays high. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Big breathing. Pushing the floor away with the arms and back. One more. Release your hands, open it up, roll down gently to the floor. Once you hit the bottom, just let your body readjust for a second. Take another little rock on the floor. Soft and easy, no action that you're trying to do anything. You're just giving yourself a little push, letting the fluid in your body move around, releasing into gravity, allowing the earth to hold you. So we can feel very supported and like we really belong here because we haven't fallen off yet, right? The earth is holding us and supporting us. The gravitational pull of the earth keeps us connected to the earth. And also it really allows us to know where down is, right? We can feel that because the water in our body is cooling down. When, let's do a happy baby as I pontificate. When free flow your happy baby, when astronauts go out into space, they lose the density of their blood, they lose the density of their fascia, and they lose the density of their bones because they don't have gravity to help keep that system. So when they come home, the first one that comes back and pretty much comes back all the way is the density of the blood. The fascia takes longer, and then the bone takes longer. And usually they don't ever get back the full density of their bones. So it's like, we are made to be on this planet. Shake it all out, let it go. Yeah, that's why I like the idea of like, let's just trash this earth and go somewhere else. It's such a bad idea. Let's just take care of our bodies. Let's take care of the earth. And the more that we're in alignment with our own bodies, the more I think we're going to be able to take care of the earth. Rolling back and forth, rounding your spine. Yeah, it's like, that's why when people are in the water, because their body is being held, like, sometimes people don't know which way is up. If they're deep down in the water, they can see the bubbles going up. So there's still a little bit of this relationship, but we don't have that same, when we're in a body of water, our relationship shifts to gravity. But when we're out on the planet, we always can feel where down is, right? You can feel it. And where's down? If you move your body around, let's shift over onto all fours. And we're going to start with, let's just start with crawling back and forth up our mat. So if I'm here, I'm here on a carpet, there's a tiny bit of padding under the carpet, and then I've got my mat. So this doesn't hurt my knees at all. If it hurts your knees, don't do it. But if it feels okay, give yourself kind of a walk back and forth. And just bear in mind that if you're ever super injured and can barely move, like say your back really hurts, try crawling around or rolling on your back. Like, we want to be able to mobilize in different ways to locomote. Like, it doesn't have to be that we get up and walk. It could also be like, I could barely do anything, but I could pull myself along the floor to the bathroom or to the phone or whatever it is. Just keeping these things in mind. I do have one of my aunts who has broken her second hip, and it's like, we want to have the density in our bodies so that stuff isn't happening when we get older. And so, and also, but let's say it does, right? My dad broke his hip, was alive for 2 more years after that, and things just went from bad to worse. But if we move, we're going to help keep that, the neural patterning of, and also the creativity of like, oh, I'm on the floor, things have gone south, but I am going to be able to pull myself to the phone or whatever it is, or I don't know, I'm having morbid thoughts. All right. Like, just what a horror, right? Living on your own, and like something happens. So you got to have some kind of capacity to get around that isn't walking. All right, elbows on the floor, one leg out behind you, up and down, kicking the leg, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, 12. Switch it to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Come in, up onto your hands and knees. Let's take one leg out to the side. Let's go with the first leg, whichever one it was. Up and down to the side, going 1. Right out to your side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep breathing, 8, 9. We're just doing 10 of these. Other side, shift it over, leg out to the side, up and down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And come in, take your hands out in front, big circles with your hips. Reach out your butt, drop your pelvis to the floor. Take as long as you need to make those circles, letting your inner body really open up. Tissue hydrating. And change direction. breathing into it. And then take it all the way down to the floor. Bend your knees, let your legs fall from side to side. Reach your legs out straight down below you. You're going to open your arms out to the side. Pick up one leg, reach your toes across your body, spiraling. And then come back in. Other leg picks up, reaches across. And come back in. Then you're going to pick it up, bend your knee, reach across with a bent knee. And release, bring it back. And the other side, pick it up, bend your knee, cross it over. And bring it back. And take your elbows directly below your shoulders. You're just going to push forward and backward. And then we're going to do this. I feel like this is a gyrokinesis exercise. You're going to look over your shoulder and then come back to center. Look over the other shoulder and come back. Look over your shoulder and straighten that arm. And then release. Look over the other shoulder, straighten that arm and release. And now you're going to bend the back leg of the opposite side. You're looking over and trying to see it. And you'll just double pulse that foot. Pulse, pulse. Yeah. And if you feel like you're really coordinated, you can do a flex point with the back foot. Flex point or point flex, whatever. Just changing the relationship of the foot. And you're trying to look over your shoulder and see it. Last one. And relax. Drop it down. Curl your toes under. Push up and down and soften. Relax your shoulders, relax your head, relax your face. Wiggle around. And let's do regular old Pilates swimming. So paddling away, but we're going to add a pumping breath. So huff and puff, really deep diaphragmatic breathing. Take your hands next to your chest, press all the way up, look up. If you had breakfast, that probably felt horrible. I don't know. Bend your knees, take your tail back, soften into child's pose, breathe and relax. Let yourself wiggle around in your child's pose, exploratory, childlike child's pose. Maybe changing the relationships of your arms. Oh, I saw something online, and so we're going to try it. And it was about, you're going to take one hand, thumb up, and then just reach it up off the floor. Just stretch it out. Bring it back down and drop it. The other hand goes thumb up. Reach and see if you can pick it up and lower and drop it down. Thumb up, reach, lower and drop. Thumb up, reach, lower and drop. One more time each side. Reach, lower, drop. Thumb up, reach, lower and drop. Roll it up through your spine, coming all the way up. If you have weights, we're going to do something with the weights. And I'm just going to stay on the ground to do this, but if you want to stand up, you could. I'm just going to stay seated because I'm down here in my camera frame. So reaching your elbows out to the side. So you're like in a trident shape with your head and your arms, and then just down and up. Going 1, shoulders wide. 2, 3. Yeah, if you don't have any weights, you can always use like a can. 4, 5, 6, 7. I have to tell you about my mom's weight. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Relax for a second. So my mom, we have these weights here that are 3 pounds. We have a couple sets of 3 pounds weights, but my mom was here and she wanted like a 2-pound weight. So she got 2 cans, and duct taped them together. So that was her 2-pound weight, this like glob of 2 cans duct weight together. And of course it hung out like in the living room for the whole time that she was here. But hey man, I got to appreciate that my mom, who is in her early 80s, is still working out. Whereas my dad, who I begged to keep moving, was so lazy, he didn't want to. So he is no longer with us. All right, arms out to the sides. But my dad had Pott's disease when he was a kid, which is tuberculosis of the spine. 2, 3, he had like a crazy childhood of being on a table in an open air hospital for like from ages of 2 to 5. He saw his mother once a month for one afternoon. So yeah, so and so he had all this, he kind of had like a humpback. And but he was like soccer coach and like he did things. He was a mover when he was, until he got older, and that hurt him to, he had stenosis of the spine, so it hurt him to move, relax those. It hurt him to walk, it hurt him to do things. So he preferred to just stay on the couch. Up and down. 1, 2, 3. Push through the ceiling. 4, like Superman. 5, taking off. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and relax, take it down. Yeah, so when he was 80 and he'd had this fall and broken his hip and all sorts of horrible things had happened, he was also kind of like, I've had a great life and I never expected to live this long and blah, blah, blah. So he was kind of like, I'm ready to check out. So it wasn't like, you know, people make their choices. Okay, elbows into your sides, you're just gonna open out and then bring them together. 2, collarbones wide. 3, but feel like your lungs, your heart, everything's participating. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're going to keep going on this. 12, 13, 14, 15, and relax, let it go. Circle your shoulders, circle one way, circle the other. Yeah, and you can put your weights down. Yeah, so I felt like when my dad was in those last years, like I'm like, Dad, you got to work out. I found a CMA in Charlottesville who would work with him, but he just didn't have the motivation to do it. So it's like you can't get somebody to do something they don't want to do. That's all there is to it. And it's you know, people make their own choices at the end. So it is. That's one reason why. So my mom does continue to move and does all sorts of things, and I'm just so thankful that she does that. All right, up onto your elbow, side plank, pulsing up with your waist, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And take it over to the other side. Like she has a whole series of exercises very much like this that she got from a physical therapist that she does religiously. And she walks a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take it down. Let's open up. This is kind of like more of a classical Pilates one. I don't know why I feel like doing it, but it just seems the right thing to do. So not too big of a straddle, something small and manageable. Flex your feet. Feel like the L shape of your leg coming out. There's an L shape here. In pole, we call it the L for love. You're going to cross, reach it out, and then inhale, roll yourself back up, unfurl the arms. Exhale, cross, reach it out, and unfurl, lift and open. Spiral and stretch, and roll it up, open, exhale, reach it out. Breathing. I think I'm doing like 2 breaths per side. Opening and open and open. Last one. And bring it in, bring your legs in, give them a bang. Take the hands behind you on the floor, just pulsing up with your butt, pushing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Head can do whatever it wants. Or you could even like get the eyes of wonder going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take it down. Soles of the feet together. Take it forward in a Baddha Konasana. Breathe. Let your head and neck release. Soften your jaw. Relax your face. Droopy dog. Where's the deputy dog? Droopy dog. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then let's flip over and we're going to come to we're almost done. We're going to do a set of push-ups. I'm going to do a push-up with a knee lift in between. So I'm going to do tricep push-ups. My hands are next to my chest. Elbows are coming into the sides. I'm going to do the push-up with my knees on the floor, finding a long line through my body, down, up, straightening up into a plank, and then bending my knees again. So it goes push-up into plank, push-up into plank, push-up into plank, push-up, plank, push-up, plank. Keep going. 4 more. 3, 2, 1 more after this. Take it to a dog. Walk through your dog. Bend one knee, then the other. Soften and release. Look under your armpit. Taking one leg up to the ceiling. You can do this from your hands and knees if you want, or leg up, big split, pulsing up with the leg. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take your knee into your chest, take it forward into a plank, a 3-legged plank, and then reach that leg back, butt up to the ceiling, other leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Knee into your chest, take it forward, reach it back into a plank, breathe, and then just drop your knees down. Taking the hands behind you, and you're going to push your chest through and open. If it feels good to let your head drop back, let it drop back. So opening the pecs. Imagining somebody's got a little hook in your sternum, pulling it forward and up. And then release that. And let's do our hip stretches. So either laying down your back, crossing one leg over the other. Have a moment of hydration if necessary. Breathe as much as you need to. Let's go with, let's do this one. One foot crosses over, the other one folds under or not. Try to get both butt cheeks on the floor. First, draw your knee into your chest, sit up tall, and just let your head free up first. So let your head turn from side to side. Neck and jaw are relaxed. And then spiral. So I'm adding a whole bunch of classes just in case you, like there's going to be a role play later today at 4:30. And then I'm adding a flexibility class after role play on Wednesday, bar burn and embodied meditation, a short meditation like 25 minutes on Thursday. And then Friday has the SoMATic dance party, which is really fun. Free up some stuff, spiral the other way, just counter stretch. And then Saturday, again, it's the regular, what it was before. And Sunday night is the embodied, the deeper dive into like a deep somatic meditation, really embodied sensation stuff. And then take your knees, cross one over the other, and just take it forward and down. Breathe and let go. And if you know anybody that would enjoy any of those, feel free to pass on the information. I need to grow my business. I need to actually be able to make a living doing this because I do not want to do other things. Like I just want to move with other people. Maybe write. And then come up and unscramble, shake it out, let it go. Rotate in and out. And then the other side. Either fold the bottom one under or not, whatever feels good to you. Get both butt cheeks into the floor. Sit up tall first, knee into your chest. So finding this sort of centered quality with that knee drawing in. And again, head from side to side. Look around. Yeah, so Andrew Huberman, what is he? Optician, neuroscientist, professor somewhere. Be Inspired on YouTube. He talks about like how important it is for our eyes to look around and us to move through space looking around, like for so many reasons. All right, spiral towards the top leg. And then the other way. One big thing is it tells our primitive brain that everything's safe. But there's more to it than that. It's also taking in the world, like that's aliveness, looking around, seeing what's there. Anthony always calls me a looky-loo. He's like, you're such a looky-loo. You're looking around. I'm like, yeah, I want to see what's going on. Yeah, so I feel like that's part of being in the world, like seeing what's happening. Be a looky-loo. Take it forward and down. Breathe and relax. Soften the spine. Let it go. I also think how much like trauma or judgment or the different things that can shut us down and narrow us and fear, all the things that take us into tighter and tighter kinesphere, we just want to start to crack open that kinesphere a bit, checking out what's out there. And then unscramble, reach your legs out, bang them up and down. And then slide your feet underneath you, take your butt up to the ceiling, open your feet wide, shift from side to side, bend one knee and then the other. Thank you, legs. Thank you, feet. Thank you for supporting me, finding some gratitude for your body. Then coming into center, rolling it all the way up. Taking it in, deep breath. And on the exhale, shake it out. And again, inhale, open. And exhale, let it all go. Last one. Inhale, open. And exhale, release. And shake it out. Yeah, it's super funny. So I've been posting some poll videos on my channel, like little shorts, and those videos get like 1,000 viewers, right? So like my channel's growing really fast because I've been posting poll videos. It's hilarious. Like this version of me and that version of me are the same me, but very different. So anybody who made it this far, please like and subscribe, and everyone in the room hang out and we'll talk.